This video is a review for the Unit 1 Quiz 1. Okay, help you to get prepared for the quiz. So let's get started. Take out your review sheet, study guide. Looks like what I have up here. We have a couple problems there. We're changing from a fraction to a decimal, and then some problems where we're changing from a decimal to a fraction. And then at the bottom we have 6 equations that we're solving. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here with problem 1. We have to change this fraction to a decimal. Okay, to do that, we're going to take the numerator and put it underneath our bar, and the 6 is going to be our divisor. So we're going to put 6 out front and 5 underneath. Okay, now 6 can't go into 5, so I put a 0, and then I put a decimal point, 0. And I put a decimal point in my answer. Now 6 goes into 50 8 times. So I put 8 up, subtract 48, and I just go through my division here. Okay, and I continue. I don't put a remainder. I just keep on adding zeros. 6 goes into 23 times. So I put a 3 up, subtract 18, and I get a 2. Bring down a 0. Now what you're seeing is that I'm going the same type of division problem. So that means that I need to put a bar above the 3, because that indicates that that 3 is going to repeat and keep on going forever. Okay, I don't put the bar above the 8 because the 8's not repeating. Okay, so only above the 3 for number 1. Let's take a look here at number 2. Okay, in number 2, we're going to take 16 into 3. Okay, now we put a 0 for our decimal point. We know the 16 can't go into 3, but it can go into 30. It goes 1 time. Subtract 16, and we have 14 left over. Put a 0. Now 16 goes into 14. I'm going to have to do that off to the side to see. Okay, well, we know that it can't go 9 times. It's probably going to be too much. So let's try 8 times. Well, this is going to give us 48. So carry our 4. That's going to give us 8, and 4 will give us 128. Okay, now let's bring that over and do our subtraction. Here we get 12. Let's put it right up here. Now we get to bring down our 0. Okay, and now we're going to try 16 into 120. Well, we know that it goes to 128 8 times, so let's try 7 times. That's going to be a 2, carry our 4, so that's going to be 112. So we subtract 112, and we get 8. So put our 7 up here, bring down our 8. Now 16 goes into 80. 16 goes into 80, we can try 5 times, and it goes in evenly. Okay, so our final answer is 0.1875 for that problem. Okay, as long as you get to the thousands, that's all I'm expecting for that type of problem. Let's look at number 3. In number 3, we have a mixed number with 12 and 7/8. Okay, well, 12 stays as a whole number. Okay, so what we have to convert is the 8/7 or 7/8 into a decimal. Well, 8 can't go into 7, so we put a 0 for a decimal, 0. Now 8 goes into 70 8 times. Subtract 64. We get 6. Bring our 0 down. 8 goes into 60 7 times. Subtract 56, and we get 4. Bring down a 0. 8 goes into 40 5 times. Subtract 40, and then we 0 out. So our answer is 12.875 for number 3. And number 4, 11/7. So that's the same way. Take an 11 into 7. Well, it can't go, so put your decimal 0. Put your decimal in your answer. 11 goes into 70 6 times. Subtract 66, and we get 4. bring down your 0. 11 goes into 40. 3 times, subtract 33, and we're back to our 7, aren't we? Bring down your 0, and 11 6 times, subtract, and we get 4. Okay, we're going to keep on going this game. Okay, so what we have to do here is bar our numbers. Okay, since everything's repeated, we can rewrite it as 0.63 bar for that one. Okay, and let's look here at number 5. We have to change from a decimal to a fraction in the simplest form. Okay, so we take our whole number, so it's going to be a mixed number. So take your whole number, and then what we have to convert is our fraction. That 5 is in the hundreds place. Okay, so everything is going to go over 100. So it's 65 over 100. And then from here we simplify. Well, we know that 5 and 0 have a factor of 5, right? So we can divide by 5. That's going to give us 13, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. Okay, and then from there it can't be simplified anymore. So our answer is 2 and 13/20 for number 5. Number 6, same deal. Okay, pull out our whole number, -13, and this 5 here is in the thousands. So it's 125 over 1,000. Okay, 5 and 0, common factor, we can try 5. So take 5. Now 5 goes into 125. Let's think here. Goes into it 25 times. 5. I'm sorry, to back up on that one. Okay, the 5 is in the thousands. That's what was wrong. Do something that's wrong there. Okay, so let me back up. We're going to take 125 over 1,000. Okay, now we can divide by 5. Okay, and we're going to get 25 over 200. And we can divide by 5 again. So we're going to get 5 over 40. And we can divide by 5 again. And we're going to get 1 over 8. So our answer is -13 and 1/8. Now let's take a look here at problem number 7. Okay, 7, we have a repeated decimal, 7 tenths. Well, the rule is if the number is barred, there's a 9 under it. Okay, so this is just going to be 7 ninths. The rule for it is equal to 0.7 bar. Okay, the rule for ninths, if I had 1/9, that would be 1 bar. 2 ninths would be 0.2 bar. 3 ninths, which is equal to 1/3, is 0.3 bar. Okay, so repeated 7 tenths is just 7 ninths. So our answer is just 7 ninths for that one. Okay, in number 8, again, same rule. If there's a bar over, there's a 9 under the number. So this is going to be 51 over 99. Okay, and continuing, number 9, we're going to look at some equations. Okay, to do number 9, we have to first convert this mixed number into an improper fraction. So we're going to change this to 31 over 6. Okay, now our common denominator, a common denominator of all the fractions here is 6. So if we multiply this by 6, we're going to get 2z. Multiply this by 6, we're going to get 1. And multiply this by 6, we're going to get 31. Okay, now what's a much easier equation, doesn't it? It's a lot simpler. Okay, so we're going to add -1 to both sides. And we get 2z is equal to 30 divided by 2. So z is equal to 15. Okay. Just a little note, make sure that whenever you have mixed numbers, you have to turn those into improper fractions before you start to solve. Let's look at number 10. Number 10, our lowest place value is the 3, so we're going to multiply everything by, is a 3, is in the 10, so we're going to multiply everything by 10. So we're going to get 90w minus 163 is equal to 53. We're going to add its opposite there. So we're going to add 163 to both sides. So we end up with 90w is equal to the sum of these two numbers, which is 6, 1, carry 1, 216. We're going to divide that by 90. So 216 divided by 90. You can work that off to the side. I'm going to do it on a calculator to save time. And we get 2 2/5 or 2.4. Either answer will work. Okay. Number 11, same deal. We got the 10th place here in their fractions, the lowest. So we're going to multiply all terms by 10. Okay, so this will be 12m plus 75m plus 21 is equal to, make sure you also multiply this across from the equal sign by 10 as well, is equal to 630. Combine these two like terms, and that gives us 87m plus 21 equals 630. Add negative 21 to both sides. So we get 87m is equal to 609. 609 divided by 87. Again, save time. I'm going to do that on my calculator. And I get 7, goes into it evenly 7 times. Number 12. Okay, first thing I'm going to do with this one is flip it. Get rid of this and just move it over here. Okay, now have one term on my left and one term on my right. You get rid of this 2/3. I'm going to multiply by its common denominator, which is 3. Both sides by 3. So this will be 2 times 9y and then plus negative 15 is equal to, this becomes 12 and 42. Okay. Notice that I didn't multiply the terms inside by 3 yet. Okay. When I distribute to the front number, now when I distribute now to these terms, and then I'm multiplying them by 3. Otherwise, I'm doing it twice. I'm doing it here, and then I'm doing it again when I distribute. I only want to do it one time. Okay, so I'm going to distribute, and then this is going to become 18y plus, negative 30 is equal to 42. I'm not multiplying that 42 by 2 because it's on the other side of the equation. Okay, now add 30 to both sides. So I get 18y is equal to 72 divided by 18, and y is equal to, let me do that in my calculator, 72 divided by 18 is 4. Okay. Questions on that one? Write it down and bring it to class tomorrow. Okay. Number 13, a common denominator here, 4, 5, and 20. Pretty easy to figure out. It's going to be 20. Add its opposite. Okay, so this will be 20 over 4, which will be 5x, plus, now this will be 20 over, negative 20 over 5, which will be negative 4x, is greater than, and then this will be just 9. Well, combine these two terms, and that's going to give us x is greater than 9. That's your solution to number 13. Number 14, common denominator, is going to be, I said 4, it's going to be 8. So multiply all terms by 8. So this would become 8x over 4, which would be 8 divided by 4 would be 2x, plus this would be negative 8x over 8 would be negative 1x is less than or equal to, and this would be 5. Combine these two terms, we get x is less than or equal to 5. Okay, those are all of your answers for the study guide. If you have any questions, you can go back, rewind, and rewatch some of the problems that I worked out. Make sure that you know how to do all these problems before tomorrow's quiz. Okay, thank you for watching. Complete the rest of your homework. We'll see you in class tomorrow. Bye.